You got one on still?
Yeah.
Well, folks, here we are at Lake Okeechobee catching bluegills. Hey, I'm with Steve Daniels right now, and Steve Daniels is probably the most renowned guide on Okeechobee. You've been here how many years?
Since 1985, long time, 30 years, 30 plus.
Super bass guide, catches more 10-pound bass than anybody I know of, but his secret desire this time of year is what? Bluegills.
Bluegills, yeah.
We're catching bluegills today. And what it is, it's the full moon of July. Steve has really worked out a good little deal. You might explain what kind of thing you have here, Steve. You were talking about that little Yamamoto grub that you had?
Yeah, we use a little beetle spins and rooster tails have always been the best little bluegill baits, artificial baits.
Uh-huh.
But what we do, you know, that little beetle spin works really good, but it only weighs like 1/32, I think. So what I do, I go get these little bit bigger spinners. You can buy them at Eagle Claw makes them. You can buy them at Walmart or anywhere. And I get this same, a little bit bigger size head. It's like a 1/16.
Okay, so it's just a little teeny bit bigger than the standard beetle spin.
Right, but the hook is the same size. That's the important thing. You got to have that little bitty hook because you got to use a little bitty deal in there. And sometimes, you know, I'll buy the old original beetle spin just to get those little black grubs.
Okay, little black.
You know, they come with like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And but I tell you, a good friend of mine, Rick Morris, turned me on to these little 1-inch. They're like, they call this 2-inch. That's like a 1-inch little grub. The spinner, they hit this thing really good, and you can throw it so much further than that little beetle spin.
Well, and, you know what? One thing I noticed is today we're going to be making long casts, and we're going to actually use our polarized glasses, and I use the Flying Fisherman series, and we're going to look for bluegill beds. Right now it's kind of early in the morning. We're blind casting, so we're not seeing the beds. But in a little bit, we'll show you what the beds look like, and we'll show you how to throw past the bed, show you how to retrieve it right to the bed, and show you how to hook up almost every time. But right now we're just kind of making blind casts, and we're just kind of, it's early in the day, and we really haven't found any bluegills yet, but we're going to find, oh, there's one. I got him, son.
You know, you have to be able to see them, and you're talking about the glasses, Roland. I use a Flying Fisherman too, and I just buy mine.
Okay.
I have to have bifocals in mine because I can't see my instruments. Flying Fisherman makes them, they look just like a Costa.
Sure. Right.
$50. They're the best glasses
it's the same
I've ever owned.
You know, Costa about $200, and these are 1/4 the cost.
And they're incredible glasses, and they hold up too. I've had these like 3 years. Oh, here's some beds right here too. Okay, now this is automatic right here. This is, Roland, this is automatic right here. My beetle spin cannot come through there without me getting bit.
Oh, I see a lot of beds right here.
Yeah. There he is.
Okay. You got one? Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, we found some beds.
We better put the power pole down right here.
Yeah, put the power pole down on the right-hand side. Right-hand side. Yeah.
Oh, you can see them there.
Big old bluegills, and I just missed one. Let's see if okay, I'm gonna throw past the bed, about 5 or 6 feet. Hold the rod, going a little slow and easy.
There.
He's right there, he's right there, he's right there. He's right there.
Well, mine ate it good too.
Now, every once in a while, you'll hook a decent bass doing this.
Yeah, I've caught 5-pounders on these little beetle spins. That'll get you
There's bluegills right there.
A little line of them right there.
See a line of them right there, yeah.
And they will spawn in a line, like a railroad track sometimes. It's a big line of them and just in a row. You know, you wonder how they get all lined up like that.
You know what it is? The boats have run through here and made a prop mark at the bottom.
And that's where they spawn on that trail.
And it's stirred up that gravel, and it's made a little strip of gravel for them, and they'll actually spawn in those old boat marks and boat prop marks on the bottom.
Yeah, I was wondering why they did that.
Yeah. See them right there in that little
This is automatic, Roland.
Right there. Oh yeah, you got him.
If I don't catch one right there, they all take my fishing license. Wait, I got him.
You got him?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw right behind you, and I'm going to get one as soon as I can. Right there. Okay, I'm going to take my fishing license too. Look at this bluegill. Come on.
Oh, shell crackers.
I got one.
Hey, crackers.
Huh?
Shell crackers.
Oh yeah, shell crackers. Oh, I got a good one. Yes, sir.
We might stop.
We got shell crackers, and that's the other species.
Red ear sunfish.
It's a red ear sunfish, and I just got one right here. You might show that. I think I have a bluegill. Okay, let's show the difference between the two. Now that's the thing. I got a bluegill, and Steve has a red-eared sunfish, which is a shell cracker. You need to kind of see this. You can see the difference. It's really apparent. That's red-eared sunfish, of course, because of the red ear, and that's the bluegill because of the bluegill.
Yep.
And they're good fish. Okay, let's drop them back.
And these get bigger than the
They do.
bluegill. They get, I've seen them weigh almost 2 pounds. They get really, really thick.
Now
I've seen one the size of a dinner plate.
Now the camera can see these beds really good right here. Throw it right there. Right there. I got them. I got them. I got them. You can see the beds really good. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go around these areas, maybe in the grass, maybe out in the open water, and we're going to try to find big concentrations of bluegills like this, maybe a few shell crackers, just like this bed right here. You can really see that they're here. And I can see them on the beds. I can see the fish laying there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What it was, looking at 5 or 6 fish plus a Clostomus. Yeah. And we could catch 10 fish right here with crickets. We're not fishing crickets. Now, we could fish crickets. Crickets are more effective. But we're fishing a little sporty with the lures, and they're not going to catch quite as many maybe with the lure as we would with the cricket, but the cricket's the standard way of catching them. Get one?
Thought I saw a bed out there. A little bigger than some of them we've been catching.
Is the bigger one? Yeah, no, that's a better one. That's a better one. Well, you see a bed out there?
Yeah, I barely could see it though. It's just kind of, it probably came in the middle of that trail right there.
Just at a rough, I'm going to just weigh him just to show the audience how big they are. I don't think he'll go a pound.
No, he's
like
not
I say,
a pound. He's about 3/4.
I say, what happens is we get these fish that are about a pound. It's 0.63 of a pound. Remember, we're talking about bluegills twice that big. At times, you catch them twice that big. We'll find some bigger bluegills. Right now, that's not the big ones. These are just the medium-sized ones. But when you get a pound bluegill, you got something.
The further out we go, the more you'll see. There will be a bunch of them out there. Hope they'll be sad. There's one right behind that little dark.
Yeah, I see them out there now. I think I see a bunch of them out there. Okay. Let's see if we got to see a bunch of them. Now that's a female, and the difference is in the male and the female. The male brim or bluegill has a big humpback, and we haven't caught a really big male humpback yet. I see some beds right here.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of them right there.
There's one.
You get one? Big one?
He thinks he's big, but he's not that big.
Kind of getting a little hump to it.
Yeah.
Not much of a hump yet. Still small.
Now, when you get your hand around them, they're not the ones we're looking for. Fun to catch, though. Now, I've been catching sometimes small ones like that, and people with me say, man, those are giants from where they're used to catching.
You know, I'm not seeing, it's funny out here in this open water, we're not really seeing anything, but we're catching them. Yeah. They're out here. They're just swimming around.
You know, some of those fish spawned last month and the month before. And I guess they're hanging around the shrimp grass. Yeah. Probably plenty for them to eat in here.
There's plenty for them to eat.
But like last year, there wasn't any shrimp grass out here. Just all bare bottom out here. When he hit it like a bass.
Huh? Feel like a bass?
No.
What you got?
You got one?
Once we start hitting them. What we're fishing here, folks, is a ditch. And it's one of the ditches that run around the lake. And when they dug the ditch, what makes the bluegill bed here, when they dug the ditch here, all the gravel and rock that they dug is off to the side, and we're fishing the top of the ditch. So the center of the ditch is deeper, and the side is shallower, and so we're throwing in the 2 and 3 foot water right here where they're bedding, and the 4 and 5 and 6 foot water is right there where they dug the ditch. But they piled up all those gravel and stuff on this side. You know, a lot of people are curious as to what kind of a rig we have, and the rig is really important. This rod and reel isn't just any kind of rod and reel. Let me just explain a little bit about it. First of all, I'm using 4-pound test monofilament. Actually, it's fluorocarbon. 4-pound test. Now, 4-pound test produces more strikes than 6-pound test. 6-pound test produces a lot more strikes than 8-pound test. And 10-pound test, you're just not going to catch them. You're not going to catch them on 10-pound test monofilament. Now, Steve, you're also using braid. You're using a real thin braid.
It's real small.
And he's catching them. Now, the 4-pound line, I don't know what it is. I've done this time and time again. That 4-pound line on a slow retrieve is just so invisible, and they just hit it so good, it just the cat's me out. But you're using a bait that's less than a 1/16 of an ounce. These little bitty beetle spins only weigh, what's that, a 32nd or 60, a 16th of an ounce head, a little bitty Yamamoto tail, a little bitty clevis, and that's some real light braid. And in my case, I'm using real light monofilament. It's not monofilament, it's a fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
Using fluorocarbon. Now, also I'm using a real lightweight rod. This is a 7.3 rod, but look how limber it is. It's set up, and the other thing, it's really lightweight. Let's see what it says. It says it's a 6/8 at 1/8 ounce to 3/8 ounce, 4-pound to 10-pound test line. And it's a favorite select series. And this is a little favorite reel. No, this is a little Bass Pro Shop reel. I'm sorry, a little Bass Pro Shop reel. But basically, it's just a slow retrieve and just let it sink just a little bit.
Yeah.
And just kind of just reel it slow and easy. But that light line is the key. Without light line, we wouldn't catch half the fish we're catching now. A long time ago, there was this outdoor writer named Tim Tucker, and I brought him out to this very area, and I gave him a rod with 8-pound test line, and I had a rod with 4-pound test line. And I was catching them practically every cast, and he just wasn't catching anything. And after about 20 or 30 fish, he hadn't caught one, I finally said, Tim, let me show you the secret. And he said, I can't understand why I'm not catching them. I can't understand how I catch them. I said, Tim, take this identical rod. The only difference is you were using 8-pound test line, and I'm using 4-pound test line, and you try it. And he caught like 5 or 6 in a row. He said, yep, that's the deal. Oh, you lost
that one. He came off that
So
bit
the
right
light line is a tremendous, tremendous deal. You have to have light line.
there. Yep. I got him.
Got another one? Good bed right there, isn't it?
Big old bed right there.
Oh, I missed him. Yeah, that's good.
I like it when they got that orange around them. Isn't that
Yeah.
a pretty fish?
Isn't that pretty?
Look at that orange around that thing. I wonder why some of them get that real orange color around the edges. It'd be pretty in an aquarium. Oh, I don't know. See if I make it 3 in a row. Get another bite.
I'm hitting there. They're hitting mine. I just miss
You got
them.
him that time.
I'm just missing.
I got him.
You got one? I tell you what, we're catching. There's a big storm coming, though, Steve.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
Tell you,
watch
I
that
don't know how
storm.
much longer we can fish here. Big old storm. You know what? I tell you, we've shown the people a few things about these bluegills. That's a big storm coming right there. There's a big bluegill bed right here. But I'll tell you one thing, Steve. You showed me a few things about this beetle spin deal. I mean, I've fished it before, but you got some twists that are kind of brand new. Hey, I want to thank you for some great stuff. It's a great little segment, folks. Catching bluegills at Okeechobee on a full moon in July. Hey, we've caught 100.
It's been good.
Hey, so hey, stay tuned. There's more good fishing to come.